We're just watching Jacob just kind of feel himself on stage here. This is kind of funny to watch. Jacob's really showing some midriff too. That's some powerful stuff. All right, you know what? This is really impressive, Jacob. Let's hear them modulate now. Let's hear some applied dominant chords in this. Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who do we have here? I told you that we'd keep watching this video. We're gonna finish this. And if you haven't seen part 1 of this, go and check it out. I'll have a link in the description for it. This is part 2, where we're gonna be continuing on. I don't know if it matters if we watch the first part. I'm just reacting to an interview. That's what we do here. By the way, who am I? I'm a classical guitarist here on YouTube. What does that mean? I don't know. Post in the comments what exactly that means. I guess maybe what it means for me is it's an excuse to never make any friends. You know, there's people like Jacob Collier who put in big bands together and all that, and I look at that and I scoff, and I'm happy alone. Welcome to a Bit of Optimism podcast with Jacob Collier, hosted by Simon Sank. Dare I do a recap of what we learned last time? We learned that our host loves lists. We learned that Jacob he doesn't need a bit of optimism personally. I don't know why he's on this podcast. I think he's plenty optimistic enough. But maybe I need a bit of optimism. That's why we're watching it. Let's just jump on into it.
So one of the things that I admire about you, and I find remarkable, is your ability to use the audience. And
Yeah, your ability to use everyone around you. You're a real sick guy, Jacob. Okay.
Been in audiences where musicians have attempted to get us to do the singing, and I'll be totally honest, it sounded terrible.
Right. Are you referring to church right now? Like the last time you were in church? I wish people in church studied like the audiences of Jacob Collier concerts. Insert some idea about Jacob Collier being a false idol now.
I admire the attempt, but it has always failed. Your work is the opposite.
Yeah, dude. No, yeah, it works at Jacob Collier concerts because the only people go into those concerts are other musicians. They're already in choirs and stuff. Also, not very bit of optimism of you. You think they sound bad? Dude, I don't know. I love the sound of untrained human voices just all singing together. Even if it's bad, it's uplifting. It makes me feel human, unlike how I normally feel, which is very unhuman.
I'm amazed with these huge audiences that you are making good sounding music with people who don't necessarily know how to make good sounding music.
Jacob's like, no, everyone who listens to me is definitely a musician.
Point did you realize this actually sounds good?
Yeah.
It's not just doing something, community wise.
I mean, to take you back to when I was like 2, some of my earliest memories.
Oh god, we gotta go far back, huh? Okay. I realized I sounded good when I was 2. Yeah, nice. The optimism is off the charts. We need to dial it back.
As a kid, those sort of woolly half memories that you have at that age were of watching my mother conduct, because she's a conductor. So she would raise her arms or move her body, and it was like casting a spell. Suddenly the room would be transformed into this thing that had many arms.
There's a lot of false idol and witchcraft talking here. This is making me uncomfortable.
Legs, and was just running around and making these paintings, and it was just crazy. It was like, it was literally like magic.
Right.
I was obsessed with it.
Right.
How can you do that? That's insane.
Go like this and something happens.
Yeah, and the thing about it is people would leave the room not just having played the right notes, but they would leave the room just feeling better about themselves and life. They would have been like lit up or lifted up. I didn't really question it. I just thought, well, this is what music can do. Isn't that cool?
That's not my goal when I play music. The whole point of me performing is to show how awesome I am and to make everyone else feel bad for not practicing enough. That's at least what I get when I listen to other classical guitarists who are way better than me. Uplifting people. What? What is that?
And she would have students come over to the house, and they would come in downtrodden, and they would leave the house, and they would be uplifted.
But this.
That's not how my students leave lessons. After what I put them through, are you kidding me? I'm just kidding. I'm a very nice teacher. Of course, feel free to email me for lessons. I'm not taking new students as usual. I shouldn't even advertise it. I still haven't even scheduled my students I have already with my grad school course. Did you know I'm in grad school, by the way? All right, sorry. Continuing.
This is worth double clicking on, right? Which is you're 2 years old.
Yeah.
And your introduction to understanding music was not somebody sitting at a piano. It was your mother. You said it was like a magician. Like your mother raises her hands and music comes out of her hands.
Yeah. Well, she was playing music through other people.
Yeah. The conductors are playing music through other people. All right. You guys remember that video of Justin Bieber playing other music through those studio musicians? Let me bring that up really quick. Pretty sick.
I can specifically remember the moment where my audience interactions graduated from kind of the Freddie Mercury call and response type thing to like a 3-part polyphonic organ.
Whoa, 3-part polyphonic organ. That's what your audience is doing? I think maybe that calls for a field trip to check out some live performances of Jacob Collier's audiences, just to hear what that sounds like. Your audience was going polyphonic on you on purpose? That's crazy, dude. Again, like, what did they practice for this? I need to hear some of that. Jacob Collier live audience, the audience choir. Let's hear the audience choir. Yeah. That's music to Jacob's ears right there. Yeah, dude, you know, people who don't know how to make music, that's what I'm hearing right here. They just walked into this building and they suddenly were just entranced with the spirit of Jacob and can sing all of a sudden. Whoa. Jacob's really showing some midriff too. That's some powerful stuff. All right. How do they know? How do they know what a sus chord is? Oh my god. Dude, Jacob just taught everyone a sus chord by doing this. Yeah, they kind of guessed on that one, but... Bo-dee-da, do. So he's shaking his head no. She's like, not quite. Alright, you know what? This is really impressive, Jacob. Let's hear them modulate now. Let's hear some applied dominant chords in this. Take us around the circle of fifths. We're just watching Jacob just kind of feel himself on stage here. This is kind of funny to watch. Yeah, figure it out, guys. If I were the audience, I'd be like, wait, what do you want me to do? He's just making them practice scales now. We're not leaving until your articulation is perfect. Yeah! Dude. Finally! Dude, yeah, you got them to do a sequence in a key. That was crazy.
With people who don't necessarily know how to make good sounding music.
They wouldn't know to do that unless they knew what they were doing. Come on. Again, it's great hearing sequences like this. I'd like to hear them leave the key, though. I want to hear a real circle of fifth sequence. I want to watch them actually go through it. I bet this crowd could do it, too. I feel like they have the chops, with Jacob at the helm. Dude, Jacob is relentless, too. He's like, I don't care how high we go. We're going to the moon with this thing. Nope, keep going, keep going. There we go. I don't know how they got the info for that note right there. You're losing them. Don't lose them. Okay, they're back. This isn't impressive, the fact that you can do this with just a room of musicians. I feel like anybody could do this. Just like, I wonder what that means, right? Sol, do, whatever. At a packed Taylor Swift concert, though. Ooh. You got your work cut out for you on that one. That's a tough one. I'm just saying, Jacob, if you really want to flex your stuff, I think that's the way to do it. Can somebody shut that baby up? Did I just hear a freaking baby? Let's see if this crowd can actually resolve it. Where are you gonna go? How are you gonna voice lead it? That was alright. I feel like it could have been a little better than that. interesting choice. Yeah. Why are you clapping for him? Clap for yourselves, everybody. You freaking did it. You did great. Alright, I'm glad that we looked at that. That was enlightening. Everybody always talks about how he does this. I've never actually seen a video of him doing it, so it's interesting to see exactly what it's about. Polyphonic? Not quite. I haven't seen that yet. I feel like Jacob was speaking a little out of turn with the polyphonic organ thing. Hey, you know what? I think we can end this one here. We're just looking at some Jacob Collier. We're just saying hi to him. We'll continue on with this interview later, but I think we got enough out of that one. So, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, head on down over to Rootin's Delight for all that stuff. Check the description. There's a Patreon, there's a member section. Look out for other videos. Practice logs will be coming out soon. Been practicing a lot for grad school that I'm in right now. It's been busy. It's been really busy. All right, we'll talk more later. So, I'll see you in the next one.